I'm just at the beginning of it, so I need to save my makeup, but
It just wasn't working for me.
because I know I'll have a little cry, but she gets the golden buzzer. I'm so excited. Kia ora and welcome. My name's ZoeStibi and I'm your vocal coach for today. We are taking a look at Charity Lockhart with Golden Slumbers on AGT. She got the golden buzzer. Are we ready to get emotional? Because I always get emotional at these AGT performances. Let's see what she's up to with her vocal technique.
That's a beautiful
Like love.
name.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I am 49 years old, going on 50 this year.
Right, Charity, what is your story? Why are you here?
Well, I absolutely love to sing. I love music, but I also love my children. I have 2 children. They're little. One is 27, and the other one I can hold, he's 21.
Okay, how do they feel about you being here?
They're saying, Mom, get together, because I've been really, really nervous, you know, when my kids were younger, long ago.
Okay, I don't want to show any disrespect to Charity, but I do recommend that you go and watch the entire video where she talks a lot about how she's come to be where she is. And I'm not judging her on that. I'm just here to take a little look at her vocal technique and what she's up to. So I do recommend that you go and get the whole story about why she's on AGT.
Oh, I'll get you some water. Water, please. I got it for her.
I hope she's good.
Oh, I really hope so.
Before she even begins, can I just say, I love that she took the time to ask for a drink of water if that's what she needed. They kept her talking for an entire 2.5 minutes before her performance. And sometimes talking actually really dries out the vocal folds. So don't be afraid to take that sip of water when you're performing.
Come on.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow.
Charity, I stopped you because I like you. But it just wasn't working for me.
Okay, so before we get into Simon's comment there, how fantastic that she was putting in so much. You could hear the little wobble of her breath in there, but you could just hear the heart going into her song. And that's what we really want to see when we're seeing someone perform. We want to see them like laying their heart on the table and just going, this is me, and loving every moment. What you saw there though was somewhere. You saw that facial expression that's helping us with our thyroid tilt, which is here. The thyroid is where the larynx, well, the thyroid cartilage is part of the larynx, but the thyroid is where the vocal folds live. And when that tilts forward, that's what makes that really sung sound for us. Let's see what Simon has to say.
Wasn't working for me. Have you got another song? Anything.
Yes.
Look, I really want this to work.
Now, I'm just going to stop it there to say that Just remember, all of this is specifically for television. And Simon Cowell has been doing this for such a long time. He can hear in that first little section of a song whether it's going to go well for an artist or not. So actually, he's doing her a favor by stopping her and asking for a second song. We don't know if this is pre-scripted, but every performer that goes on these shows, and I do know that personally from either myself that's auditioned for shows like this or my singing students, you do have to come with at least 3 songs for them to choose from. So, don't get all judgy about what Simon is doing right here. I love that he's given her that opportunity to sing a different song, because you often don't get that in the real singing world.
And I know this is a lot of pressure, but come on, you got it in you. Let's hear the other song.
Yes.
I'll do my best, I promise.
All right, deal.
Okay, that is already screaming to me like pre-prepared. Why was the microphone stand on stage when she wasn't using it for the previous song? Why was she singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow when that has already been sung by Lauren Allred and Sydney Christmas? So let's think about this a little bit here, but I love this. So excited to see her sing.
Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing a lullaby. God is slumbers, feel your eyes.
Okay, so we're going into a different voice quality. Then you can see that obviously this suits her voice a lot better. We've got a lovely round sound. This was all just for the cameras at the beginning. So we've got this slightly lowered larynx sound, slightly lowered larynx position there with this darkening of the timbre, and this increase in the breath pressure is just we're opening up the vocal folds. We've got quite a falsetto-y sound where the vocal folds actually go stiff. So we want to keep the volume really lower in this voice quality.
Cry. And I will sing a lullaby. God is slumbers, feel your eyes. Smiles are you with your eyes. Sleep pretty darling, do not.
Oh, so beautiful. You can see these lovely round, actually I probably said it is lovely, her sound is beautiful, but we've got these round mouths. That's helping to round out the sound there, because the mouth shape really makes a difference to the type of sound that we're actually creating. Low volume, can see she's quite close to the microphone, but you got I don't know the song at all, so sorry, but you got just a little bit of that narrowing in the twang going on, but also bringing the vocal folds together at once. This is just beautifully performed.
You with your eyes. Sleep pretty darling, do not cry. And I will see. I will see.
Okay, so we're hearing this, and look, I'm not I think this is absolutely beautiful, and I love that AGT gives singers who wouldn't usually have the opportunity to come and stand on these stages the opportunity to show what they can do, and it just, I absolutely love that. But we've got this you notice there that the voice kind of cracked a little bit. Again, not poo-pooing Charity, but I just wanted to say there was a little bit of crack, and we're hearing when she's going down the skies, and we're getting kind of this powerful sound or a lot more vocal fold closure as she's going further up in the range. Very typical of a stiff vocal fold like setup, which doesn't necessarily work very well for volume. Well, it doesn't work at all really for the lower part of the vocal range. But as we're going, we're adding in that little bit of that tightening through the twang, and that's helping to take a lot of that breath in the sound. Let's just go back on that. Again, I think this is absolutely beautiful what she's doing. I absolutely love it. This is a perfect example of people who are struggling to get volume in the upper part of their range. Can you see that? There we go. Your eyes see, pretty darling. So we've got these vowels are really helping Charity to really get into that. It's not a thicker vocal fold sound, but a more see. That E is automatically going to raise the tongue, give us more tension within the mouth, and help to close the vocal folds because it helps to bring on that laryngeal tilt, as opposed to that which is more of a flatter tongue, less engagement, which then in turn doesn't help us as much with the vocal fold closure. I can't do it because I will sing. She had that little scratch in there. Again, please, I'm not poo-pooing Charity. I'm just trying to show you that sometimes this can happen in the voice, and it's still beautiful, and it's still magical, and it's still wonderful. But it's a really typical thing of trying to get a glottal onset in that stiff vocal fold, not being able to get that thicker vocal fold content. I will sing, because when we're in that stiff vocal fold, they're originally always rock back. Those vocal folds are raised, and that's very hard for us to get the better vocal fold. Well, we're just not going to, because we need to bring them back down again. I will sing. Oh, isn't this just beautiful? And you can see as well that, look, this is also for the TV show, but she's also moving the crowd, even though she's not belting. We don't always have to belt in these songs. And it's her emotional connection to the song that is really moving the audience, in my opinion, because as I said at the beginning, that's really what we want. We want you to be invested in the song, even if it's not like, technically perfect. She's doing exactly what she wants to do with the song, and that's all that matters. Remember that, like, these Sophia, Sam Melby, and what's the other guy called, Hardy or whatever his name is, like, they sit through a lot of auditions. It's really hard to continue to be like excited about these things, but Melby's just watching her with such reverence. It's just, she's just enjoying it. We know that Melby gives her the golden buzzer, but you can go, you can see that Charity's really trying. Apologies, I thought she said Charity, and then they kept on saying Charity. So apologies for like muddling up her name there, but I thought it was Charity. So Charity. Apologies if I'm muddling that up, and I'm kind of mixing between the two. So what we've got there, you can hear that she's really trying to get louder, and that, but because those vocal folds here are sitting in more of well, they're not more in it, it's a falsetto, so they are stiff in that moment, you're just not going to get the volume on the sound. So you can hear she's really pushing the air through. Again, if that's the artistic decision that someone is trying to make, absolutely fantastic. There's plenty of singers who make a lot of money making that type of sound. It's just if you're trying to get louder, that is more challenging, which if you are trying to get louder at any part of your range and you want a little bit more security, then you need to check out my free singing lesson down in the description below to find your chest voice, because I really go through the first 3 lessons that I'd take you in a one-to-one setting of how to really get a better vocal fold closure low in your range. And that's what ultimately you have to have if you are trying to sing louder or even with more stability.
Don't cry, and I will sing a lullaby.
Yeah.
I used to be part of the problem. I know all work in progress. It's feelings, if the benefit comes down to me. When I bet on me, I've seen what it can do.
Oh, that's so nice. And like, it always makes me cry when I see these things, because I just think, singing is just so wonderful and it's so personal. And I do recommend that you go and watch the whole thing, because I've got a whole day ahead of me of work, and I'm just at the beginning of it. So I need to save my makeup, but that's not what it's about as well, me like just having a little old cry online. It's really about the singing is just so wonderful, and it gives you, I feel so excited and also privileged that I get to work with so many fantastic singers to express themselves in this way. And it just like, it opens my heart. And I just like love singing with all of my being. And I can just see where Charity's going there, where she poured her heart and soul into that song. And you can see the excitement on her face and how proud she is of herself. And that's all that matters, really. And that's all that I'm trying to help anyone really do, is to create the sounds that they want to create with their voices, and how to do it safely, but also like how to do it with conviction and also with heart behind it, so that you're not just singing the phone book and just singing a whole bunch of technical exercises, actually connecting it to the emotion, connecting it to the lyric, connecting it to your version of what you think the song should sound like, and not just like a carbon copy of whatever I think or whatever, another teacher thinks you should be sounding like. So if you're interested in one-to-one singing lessons, my online singing school, the Vocal Academy, is accepting new students. And we'd love to help you to find your authentic and unique voice. So you can check out the link in the description below for more information on that, and we can have a chat, have a free call to discuss your vocal goals. Well done, Charity. I'm not going to watch the rest of that because I know I'll have a little cry, but she gets the golden buzzer. I'm so excited to see what she's up to with her vocal technique. Check out some more AGT up here and let me know down in the comments, what did you love most about her performance? Because for me, it was really like, I think I've said it like several times, there was just so much heart in that. I think I could listen to a whole CD of her singing beautiful songs like Golden Slumbers. It would just like make my heart sing to hear that. And I'd love to see what you loved most about it. Have an awesome rest of the day. Just remember, we can all learn to sing. It's about putting in the effort like Charity has done here, and I'd love to help you do it. Have an awesome rest of the day. Happy singing. Ka kite anō. Oh, before I go, I have a ginormous goal, and this year in 2025, I really want to reach 1 million subscribers. I know it seems like a pie in the sky idea, but I love hanging out with you here on YouTube and helping you with your vocal technique. So if you had a moment and you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you around here more often. Happy singing. Ka kite anō. I need to work on my articulation. Ka kite anō. It means goodbye in New Zealand.